Hey everybody, it's noon. I am currently on my summertime schedule, so I don't know for any of you who have been following me for the past few years with Chattin with CHAP, but man, when it hits summertime, you never know when Chattin with CHAP is going to be on the show. So I just, I got into stuff and then I went, oh my goodness, it's after 11 o'clock. I better get myself together and get my show going. So here we are. It's a little later than normal. This is Chat with Chap. I am your host, Ginger Wade, and I am so glad you're joining me today. Today we're going to talk about being stronger together. Just life, home education, just everything is better when you're together, right? When you're with someone, when you're being encouraged with someone. And you may know, or maybe you don't know, our theme for convention this year is coming together to equip, to encourage, and to endure. So we're just feeling this need to encourage people to come together, to be together, actually physically together. Like we're kind of together here as you're watching, or when you're on a Zoom with somebody or whatever, it's kind of together, but it's not really. I mean, when you're together, you're physically together, enjoying each other's presence and encouraging each other. So let's talk about this a little bit together. What is the deal with being together and coming together? Let's read. So if you don't know, our scripture for this year is Hebrews chapter 10, verses 23 to 25. That is our convention theme. So I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." So, the coming together, I like thinking of it as stronger together. We're just stronger together when we support each other. So it's like the cord of three strands that cannot be broken, right? That's a scripture too, where if you're all by yourself, it's easy to kind of break you down and can discourage you and, I just can't go on. But when you have others supporting you and you can talk to each other about things, it's hard to break that. Have you ever made a rope? I mean, man, or like even breaking spaghetti noodles, like you have a whole bunch, it's really hard to break them all at once, right? So a bunch is stronger. So verse 24 talked about being equipped, right? So we want to equip you. So let us consider how may we spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Let's equip each other. Let's help each other, encouraging each other. Do not give up meeting each other, as some are in the habit of doing, but let's encourage one another. And enduring, let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, right? Let's endure. Let's hold on. Let's work together. Let's be that cord of three strands that cannot be broken. So if you read the section before this too, like starting at verses 19 on through there, you see the phrase "let us" a lot. So I heard once the comment of the "let us," think of that as we're doing this together. Let us. Obviously it's us, we, right? You and me, us together. We're doing this thing together. Let us do this together. So we're not meant to be out there swimming upstream by ourselves without support. So it's no joke, this home education thing, right? If you've been doing it for any length of time, no matter how old your kids are, you realize it's challenging. It's challenging. There's some days that are absolutely perfect or really close or just really wonderful and great things happen. And there's some days that are just the worst. And you're going, where is the yellow school bus, right? And you doubt yourself. You doubt your choices. You doubt your kids. I don't know. You doubt your co-op, your curriculum, whatever. There are days that are really, really hard. And unfortunately, those of us who have been through the public school system, I think for the past 100 years, they've worked really hard to convince us that there needs to be a licensed teacher doing this job. That you have to go to school and get a special license to teach children. A lot of us doubt our ability to teach our children. And that's just not true. God puts children in families with parents. God tells the parents, hey, educate your children and make sure that they are trained up in the way they need to go, right? So God knows what he's doing. That's how he set things up to be, right? So don't believe that you are not enough to educate your children, but it's good to have support from others. So like, we love our kids, right? You love your children. You want to prepare them well. You want them to be good, functioning adults. You may not have tons of money to put towards materials, so you may be a little concerned about that. Do you need a lot of money? Do you need expensive materials? Do you need to spend $17,000 to $20,000 per child like the public school does? Is that really necessary? You may feel like you're floundering. You may feel like you're even failing your kids, or like you haven't made good choices with curriculum. But have you ever seen a hard job through to the end? Have you ever done it with others? Have you ever been on a team? Have you ever worked on a team sport or on a team project? Okay, have you ever encouraged others while you were working and walking alongside of them? Have you been a source of encouragement to someone else? Have you received encouragement from someone else? Have you endured through the end and then you can rejoice when something is done? It makes me think about my daughters play softball. And we've actually had 2 games recently that they've had to work really hard. The one was like, oh man, we were down to the wire and the ump was just not calling anything for our pitcher, and it was so hard. And then, you know, the girls had to get up and they had to really hit so they could win the game, and they persevered and they really wanted to give up, and it was really frustrating because nothing was going their way, but they did persevere. They did work hard. They did come back at the bottom of the 7th and get the hits and runs that they needed to win. And in the end, they were super excited, and the, adrenaline and the I did it and we completed it and it was a win and it was awesome. That comes out of enduring from homeschooling too. When you endure and you keep on keeping on, you keep moving forward. And you gotta learn how to rejoice at the small victories too. It's not just the, yay, I've graduated my kid. Because if you wait to celebrate until you've graduated your child, whoo, that's a lot of years to go without celebrating. Learn to celebrate the small things too, right? Learn to encourage each other. Hey, your kid is doing so much better at this, I'm noticing. Great, that's awesome. Like, encourage other people with their children and their journey too. I've noticed your children are just growing in this way. It's so wonderful. Be that encouragement to other people. So as you work hard together in a team, as you choose to endure, as you choose to keep moving forward, God is doing a mighty work in you. He's changing your character. He's changing who you're relying on. You're learning to rely on him, right? He's changing your children. He's changing your relationship. He's changing your relationship with the people that you're doing support with, whether it's through a co-op or a support group or just a buddy. God is doing mighty work in you guys. You don't have to do this alone. You do not have to do home education alone. That, my friends, is why CHAP exists. CHAP exists so that you don't have to do this alone. We are here to provide you resources. We're here to make sure that we stay on top of the law and make sure that it doesn't get made worse or toyed with or messed with, okay? We have done conventions 36 times. This is the 36th convention that we have done because we know that you need support. We know that we need support. We want to support you because we want to encourage you. We want to equip you, and we want you to endure through the homeschooling journey. God has put it in us. He's put it in our hearts to desire this. And anyone who volunteers with the CHAP organization feels the same way. They want to support other people in doing what they are doing. You know why? Not because we're right and it's the right way to do it. That's not why. The joy that you have when you have your children with you and you see them learning and you see them through to the end, the relationships that are built as you educate your children are astounding. They are astounding. And that is why. That's the why. We're not doing it to say we're right. We're not doing it to say that we're the best. We're not doing it to say that our kids are smarter. We're doing it because of the joy that Jesus brings to our hearts as we work with our children, and we ourselves are changed. We ourselves are changed. This journey changes us. And when we walk it with other people, it is even that much more powerful because you can encourage each other. So that nitty-gritty, close connection is so necessary for that nitty-gritty stuff that comes up, right? Your bestie, right? The 2 or 3 people that you can go to with anything. You need that for the day-to-day. Convention connections, the connections you make when you're at convention, whether it's with a person, a CHAP volunteer, a vendor, a speaker, whatever. Those types of connections give you increased knowledge. They give you more confidence. They give you the wider information pool. You might not necessarily use what you hear at convention, but you might have a buddy who could use it, and you can share it with them or you can discuss it with them. The support in numbers and the personal interaction with many people really helps us to endure, because we know there's lots of other people doing it too. Somehow there's strength in that knowledge, right? There's other people doing this. I can do this too. The strength in numbers thought is a real thing. When you know other people are going through it too, you find encouragement in that, right? You find strength in that. So as we do this hard home education thing together, remember Hebrews 35, 36, and 39. Whoops. So here, I'm going to read it. 35, 36, and 39 from Hebrews 10. So do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. But we are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed, but of those who believe and are saved. So don't throw away your confidence. Where do you gain the confidence? It's Jesus. Jesus is your confidence. Faith in Jesus is your confidence. And then living that, like walking with it, right? That is your confidence. Persevering. You're persevering through. Remember your past victories. Remember the day your kid figured out how to read. Remember when they got to blend the sounds to make a word. Remember when they memorized the math facts. Remember when they did the chemistry experiment and it was awesome. Remember the field trip that you guys went on. Remember where God met you and how he met you. Give him praise for it. When we remember, it helps us to persevere. It helps us to be like, you know what? He's not giving up on me. I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to persevere through this. Remember those things. Don't shrink back. Move forward boldly in your call to homeschool. You can do this thing. You can do this thing. So in my notes, it says, Christian endurance is never complete until our master returns. That's Jesus. We can trust him. His reward justifies all the suffering we must endure. So the reward is great. Keep your eyes on the goal. Keep your eyes on the why. Why are we doing the home education? You've got to keep that in your mind. It's so very important. And it might feel like suffering till you get through. It might feel like a trial till you go through and complete that season. But you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You can rely on God, rely on friends, and you can rely on CHAP. Come to the CHAP convention and get the support you need. Get the information you need. Talk to the vendors you need. See the other homeschoolers. Interact with the other homeschoolers. Make some new connections. Make some new friends. You may not even realize that you need it. You may not even realize that you need to be with those other people. And let me tell you, if you are planning on coming and you've signed up and you haven't told anyone that you're coming, tell someone that you're coming. Invite a friend. Invite a friend. Tell your group. Give them the webpage, conv.chaponline.com. Share that with your groups. Share that with your friends. Share it with your church communities. Tell others that you are coming, because I'm telling you, it's the support you get at the CHAP convention is awesome, but it's really hard to get in front of all the people who need to see it. And I know some of you have been coming to CHAP for a long, long time, and you think, well, everybody knows about CHAP. That's what I felt, me personally. And then I found out the truth, which is there's really a lot of people who don't even know this resource is here. This resource is huge. Have you been to our webpage? Have you been to our YouTube channel? Have you been to homeschoolpennsylvania.org? There's tons of stuff out there to support you guys. Please tell people that it's there and tell them about convention. It is like 10 days away, right? Less than 10 days away. So encourage them to come. I can't wait to see you guys. Please don't hesitate to stop me and say hi. Come to the chat booth and say hi to all of us. There will be mentors, chat mentors, out and about at the chat booth and out and about at the convention. We'll have name tags on. Do not hesitate to stop a mentor and chat with them if you have a question or you want to share a story or anything. And Courtney and Ro and I are going to be around. We're going to be doing videos, so you might be asked to chat with us a little bit and share why you're at convention and what you're thinking about convention this year. So hashtag CHAP 2024, I think, is our hashtag for the year. You can also use hashtag CHAP convention. But if you're coming, please share. Please tell others to come. Let them know about this wonderful resource. And be stronger together. Be stronger together. We are here for you, and tell others that we are here for them also. Thanks for joining me today. And let's see, so this is June 4th. So next Tuesday is June 11th, and I will be on with Sarah, again, our convention coordinator, and we will be sharing some tips with you about how to survive convention, how to prepare well for convention, and some other tips and tricks that you might need to help you get through the convention experience. Don't forget to check out Ro's resource room on Thursday. She's going to be chatting about convention too, and just encouraging you to come. I know you're hearing about convention all the time right now, and there's a reason. It's because it's really important. It's because it's a great place to get support and encouragement on this journey. That's why you're hearing about it all the time. So have a great time. It's really hot here, so I hope you guys are enjoying. Well, it's not super duper hot, but I feel like it's really hot. Enjoy your summer, enjoy your different schedule, enjoy time with your kids, enjoy just doing the summer thing, and continue following Christ in all of life. Woo, woo. That's our goal and our purpose, okay? All right, we will see you guys next time. Take care and enjoy life together. Bye.